Nebraska is trying to land one of the best 2026 recruiting classes in all of college football. And in order to do that, the Huskers are prioritizing one state and one state alone, not in-state Nebraska, not Missouri, not California, not even Texas. The Huskers are prioritizing Florida, trying to bring back that Flobrask connection. So in today's video, I'm going to go over the top Florida prospects that Nebraska is going after, who these guys are, what they bring to the table, a lot of big name 4-star guys, even some 5-stars, and then we're going to talk about whether or not they commit to the Big Red. So really quick, we have a lot to get into talking about Flobrask. Hit that like button if you're fired up. Also, if you're a diehard Nebraska fan, you're unsubscribed, join this family of over 10,000 strong. I post daily Husker football content. Hit that subscribe button. It would help me out greatly, and you'll be thanking yourself that you did. But without further ado, let's get into it, going over the top prospects that Nebraska is going after in the state of Florida. And I want to get things started with the guy who is on flip watch. Nebraska has been working overtime over the past couple months to get this guy to commit to Nebraska over the school he is currently committed to. And this is Jordan Campbell out of Miami, Florida, has been committed to Miami for some time now. Very high 4-star prospect, top 100 according to On3, one of the best linebackers in America. We talk about game changers a lot at that linebacker spot. We want guys who are Levante Davids 2.0, athletic freaks, guys with good speed, long arms, good length, solid tacklers, and NFL upside. That's exactly what you see when you watch Jordan Campbell on film. Just a guy who can make plays all over the field, doesn't stop until the whistle is blown. He plays a little bit after the whistle. Very solid tackler, can lay the boom on you. You know, we think of how good Vincent Shavers is for Nebraska this year. Jordan Campbell is better as a prospect, and it isn't even close. Jordan Campbell, here's Vincent Shavers as a senior in high school. Here's Jordan Campbell as a junior in high school. Like Jordan Campbell, very, very good player. They've been after him for some time. He would be a day one contributor on this defense. Now, Nebraska has been working overtime to flip him. He is visiting this weekend. Again, committed to Miami. Really like this prospect coming out of Miami, Florida, and bringing back Phil Simpson's really going to help us in this recruitment. So watch out for Jordan Campbell. Again, some other big-time schools in the mix here. Of course, Miami's the one team that we're trying to fend off, but there's Oregon, there's Auburn, Florida, Georgia, Michigan, a lot of big-time schools, but right now, 2-horse race between the Hurricanes and Nebraska. So Jordan Campbell is the first guy we're going to talk about. Now let's get to the second guy. This is Devin Jackson, another guy who is on flip watch. Now, the other guy was committed to Miami. This one is committed to Florida. Devin Jackson plays safety and linebacker, about 6'2", 200 pounds. Super athletic, once again, coming out of Orlando, Florida. That's what you see with a lot of these Florida boys. Like, they got speed down there. You see that, again, on tape with Devin Jackson. One thing I like about him, positional flexibility. The fact that he plays linebacker, that he plays safety. He has experience, even playing corner, nickel. So I like that about Devin Jackson. You like the speed factor, get really good length, really good height. Been committed to Florida since the summer of 2024, but once again, we'll be visiting Nebraska this weekend. Addison Williams gave him an offer recently, and he's been really trying to get this guy over to Lincoln. We'll see if he can make that happen. But Devin Jackson, another guy that the Huskers are going after. They really like Florida when it comes to the defensive prospects, but this guy, once again, offers from Georgia, Florida State, Kentucky, LSU, Ole Miss. A lot of really, really good offers here for Devin Jackson, but Nebraska also in the thick of things. Let's get to the third prospect, this time on the defense side of the football once again, but in the secondary, Danny Odom, 6'1", 170 pounds, once again out of Orlando, Florida, goes to the same high school as Devin Jackson. I really like Danny Odom. Lanky corner, but good speed on him, can play nickel, can play corner, can play safety, really good ball skills, very physical, can play press coverage. And Nebraska, once again, recently offered him with Addison Williams. We talk about Addison Williams as well. Like Nebraska, the reason why Nebraska is going after Florida so much is because they have multiple staff members who love Florida, right? Whether that's Addison Williams, who's, was previously at Central Florida, whether that's Phil Simpson, who is that Florida guru, whether that's Rob Dvorak, who's been trying to really build a foothold in Florida. So, we have a defensive staff that really cares about that state. You see that with the guys we're offering and the guys we're going after. But Danny Odom, very lanky corner, guy who can play just about every single position. You see that common theme as well, and some pretty good offers as well here. Going to number 4, offensive line, Breck Cole J out of IMG Academy. Now, originally he's from Colorado. That's where his home is. But again, attending IMG Academy in Florida, Nebraska, has cracked his top 12. He's visiting the Huskers this summer along with this spring. So he's very interested in the Huskers. We built a good connection here. Like the positional flexibility once again, can play tackle, can play guard, really solid in the run game. Honestly, has a lot of good weight on him. Very, very, very solid prospect. On3 has him as almost a top 100 player in the country, 24/7, a little bit lower on him, but a bunch of good offers. I look at the offer list. When you look at an offer list and you see Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, you know a prospect's doing something right. Those schools are standing out here, but Nebraska, of course, in the mix along with the rest of them. Ohio State also in there as well. So Brett Coljo, another guy to watch out for. And the fifth and final guy that I really want you guys to remember is Xavier Lorissi, probably butchered that last name. Very, very athletic safety, 5'10", 190 pounds. Nebraska recently offered this guy. I love this player as a prospect. Can just play all over the field, lays the boom on you, but so shifty and fast. Man, really, really good player. A guy who can go up and get interceptions. Doesn't have the height necessarily to his advantage. Maybe he can play a little bit of corner as well, but Nebraska recently offered him. They've been going after him recently. Has some decent offers here, whether that's from Colorado, whether that's from Clemson. We'll see the rest of them real quick here, but he has Duke, he has Georgia, LSU. That's a darn good offer list. Notre Dame, Oklahoma, Oregon. So again, he's another guy who's doing something right. Nebraska has joined the sweepstakes here, going after him very hard. But just know that the Huskers right now, there aren't a bunch of prospects in Florida that the Huskers are necessarily, projected to land, but they're going to pick up a lot of ground over the next couple weeks, over the next couple months with Phil Simpson, with Addison Williams. We got a brand new coaching staff that really, really likes Florida. And I imagine we get about 5 or 6, maybe even 7 Florida boys in this class alone. It's going to be pretty ridiculous. You can see this photo here posted by Phil Simpson, him and Rob Dvorak hanging out in Florida. I believe this is in Miami, eating some shrimp. So yeah, man, they're really going after Florida. It's very important that you lock down that state going forward with the level of prospects here. I mean, let's just look at how good Florida is here. They got a bunch of top 100 guys every single year, whether it's in that Miami area, Orlando area, even North Florida, Nebraska. They've tried over the past couple years to bring back Flobrask. It's failed. They did really, really good in the 24 recruiting class, getting guys like Larry Tarver, Amari Sanders, Vincent Shavers, Ja'Cory Barney, and those just happen to be some of our best young players. So it's pretty clear the best talent on Nebraska's roster comes out of Florida. It's no shocker that they're trying to bring that back here. But I imagine they get about 5, 6, maybe even 7 guys from Florida. They're really trying to lock down that state. Again, the 2 states in this recruiting class that are going to go crazy, man. Florida and Missouri. If Nebraska can lock down their top targets in both those states, we're in for a top 10 class. Guaranteed. It's going to be fun to follow. It's going to be fun to see what they do. So those are the guys I want to mention coming out of Florida. They already landed one in CJ Brana on that secondary. Another guy's very athletic, very lengthy, can play all over. So they already have one Florida guy. Imagining to get a couple more here. Jordan Campbell's the one guy I'm watching out for. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. Talking about Florida and Nebraska. Hit that like button if you made it this far. Shout out to you. Also, comment down your thoughts. As always, folks, go grab, go Rhule. See you in the next one.